Hello, welcome back to the channel and a quick update video. This week some progress will be made, hopefully. Today is Monday the 14th of February, it's also my birthday. I'm in the garage again, of course, where else would I be? And on Friday this week I've got Ian and Dawn Kennedy coming down to do 2 displacers and the front to rear linking pipes on my suspension. That will hopefully get George back on the road. In the meantime, of course, typical Allegro fashion, things have gone wrong. The clutch master cylinder decided to start weeping. I'll show you that in a second. I have ordered a replacement because you could just replace the seals, but I don't know how good the cylinder is in there, and until I get it apart and inspect it thoroughly, I don't want another thing holding this car being off the road. So I've managed to speak to a friend of mine through the club. He put me on to somebody else, and I've now got a complete cylinder coming which I can just fit, and that's had new seals fitted already. So one less thing to worry about. I've also got the fuel tank to drain. I want to get the old fuel out of the car because it's been sat for a while. Now unfortunately my electric pump died. I did have one set up to just make the job a lot easier, but I'm going to have to resort to the old precious inline system, so you'll probably see me do that as well in a future video. But today I'm just going to show you what's happened with the clutch. Right, so just bring you in quickly. This is the clutch master cylinder, and what has actually failed is the push rod seals that are obviously on the inside where it connects to the pedal. It's 2 bolts on this end to undo it, and what's normally the killer is this nut on the union here. These can seize up and then the pipe can snap. So the first thing I did on discovering this was wire brush it and thoroughly soak it in penetrating oil, and that's fortunately come loose, and that's now turning, so that's one less nightmare. But let me show you where it's actually leaking from. Just position the torch. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this easily. I just need to get under here and just look at my shoulder to show you. So where the pedal, excuse me if you can't see this. Oh, there we go. It's clearly obvious. Can you hear that? Yeah. So 2 bolts. That'll come out, and we can get the new piston in. It's leaking now as I'm doing that. What a bugger. There's a tiny little split pin there, and then a cotter pin which just goes through the centre of that, and that's all that holds that push rod to the clutch pedal. So nice and easy. What I probably will do, I've jinxed it now, is I'm going to remove this parcel shelf, which is only 2 screws, and that'll give me a bit more access and save me breaking my neck trying to get that undone. Now actually what I am going to do is drain the tank. So I've got this siphon pump, which is a Draper one. Should be half decent, so I'm going to get the car at the garage and see how that goes. Right, well this is what I've got going on here. As you can see, this is probably going to take a bit of time, so I'll get pumping and get back to you when I've got some progress. Ah, joy. Oh yeah, I've definitely got the technique. Of course, the whole reason I'm doing this is the car's been sat for so long. Although when I did drive the car, or attempt to drive the car back from the place I bought it from, I put 30 quid of a super and lead in it, so yeah, this could take a while. What did you do today? I milked an Allegro. Of course this could be just a massive waste of time, but what I'm hoping to see is a change in colour as I get to the bottom of the tank, and that's the whole reason I'm doing this. All good so far. You may as well go and make yourself a cup of tea, because I'll probably still be here by the time you get back. Well, some time has passed, but 15 litres later, you can quite clearly see that's yellow. So I'm going to just carry on pumping. Well, that was pretty inconclusive really. I've managed to get most of the fuel out of the tank. There wasn't any sediment, which is a nice thing, because obviously you do expect that with a car that's been sat around for so many years. The whole reason I'm doing this is because the fuel sender isn't working, so I've checked the dash end of things, that the gauge is actually working, so it must be in the tank. What normally happens is the little float perishes or even falls off in some cases, and I think that's what's happened here, because I can hear something floating around in the tank. I think that the armature might be okay. So once I've got that out of the actual fuel tank, I might be able to rebuild it, clean it up and free it off if it's seized in position, which I think it probably more likely has. If not, I'm going to have to find a replacement sender from somewhere. They're not directly available, but you can modify MGB ones from what I understand. So hey ho, that's another job for another day. Anyway, this has just been a quick update, so thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you a bit later in the week when we get the suspension sorted.